Today is motor pulling day. Hopefully, we're going to try to pull them with a Home Depot man basket deal. Been a lot of work in here so far to get them ready. We've removed batteries, raw water strainers, 12-volt wires coming out the wazoo, the engine brackets. They unbolted. Well, the bolts mostly broke because they were rotten. This side's not so bad. The outboard side, pretty tough. We've unbolted the engine from the transmission and got it to break loose. I've unbolted the transmission oil cooler, unbolted the transmission from the prop shaft. We have removed the rudder. The rudder posts are still there. The rudders are gone. The rudder linkage is gone. The hydraulic steering linkage is gone. The exhaust hoses are gone. A lot of stuff in there, but they're totally free right now. So if the man lift will do the lift, we will we'll set it up next door, scope it out between these trees, and the thought is if it'll pick it up, we'll just swing it right underneath the scaffolding and set it down on the ground. Well, set it on my little trailer I made for my riding mower. Then we can pull it around into the other yard and again use the lift to set it in the back of our truck, my truck and Colin's truck. And then we will bring them to my foundry where I have a forklift and we can offload them. They're sold, so I've been kind of real careful on not cutting any wires or not cutting any hoses. The guy is going to get them in pretty good repair, and they both run pretty well. So that's our goal for today, is to get the engines, the transmissions, and heck, we're going to remove the fuel tanks too. We got to clean this place out. Okay, we are picking up the engine, and it is pretty nerve-wracking. Hold on. My hands are shaking because this is pretty nerve-wracking. We're picking up an 800-pound motor with a 500-pound capacity man lift, but we're not in the basket, we're further back. Lord, that was better. One is in the truck, no problem. Trying to maneuver. Don't hit my truck. You better pull it up. Damn tree. One is in the truck. One is out. This one's a little bit of a farther reach, so knock on wood. Who says you can't pick up an 800-pound motor with a 500-pound man lift? Two engines, one transmission, and one V-drive later. We still have one transmission to get out. Looking better. Okay, this will be the last shot before we start heavy demolition in the engine room. The engines and trannies are gone. The rudder supports are gone. The drive shafts are gone, and one fuel tank is gone, and I didn't have enough storage capacity for the old fuel to get the other one out, but we'll get it out this coming weekend. Okay, I knew the back of this bulkhead was going to be ugly because it has so many different layers and has been patched by other people before me, and then I patched it also. So probably peel off all these overlapping pieces and put one more layer of plywood to make it a total of 3 layers of plywood. But then it'll be overkill, but it'll be flat. Okay, hanging from the ceiling is the old copper lines which was going to the old hot water heater, which actually hung from the ceiling, a 12-gallon hot water heater. And guess what? The ceiling's sagging, so that's probably a contributing factor. And is to cut the stringers down lower to this low elevation, get this bump off of them. They'll probably be rotten on the inside. because all the other stringers were. But rather than cut them off, rather than cutting the glass off to the floor like I did up front, because up front all the glass was broken, this glass is still good. So I will dig out the wood and put new wood on the inside and glass the top. I think the original glass is probably stronger than if I put a patch on it. We have engine cables, engine controls. They work very well. They're smooth operating. I'm hoping I can adapt them to the outboards and keep them in place, and we'll have controls from up top and up bottom. This hose is the fill for the water tanks. There's one coming in each side. I'll probably replace them with a hard line, but basically they're going to be doing, the new ones will do the same thing as the old ones did. The new AC will sit right here behind this piece of purple foam. We thought of another problem. Our outboards need mixed gas and the generator doesn't. So now I'm thinking about putting a little tank under the air conditioner, maybe 30 or 40 gallon. I can put the air conditioner up a little higher and keep straight gas for the generator. The generator will sit on the back part of the engine room, which will allow me to crawl between the air conditioner, the fuel tank, and the generator, and that little hot water heater is going to go down here somewhere, but it certainly won't be hung from the ceiling. There's lots and lots of wires. I'm pretty sure I have them sorted out into one group for each engine, and a bundle that went to the generator that used to be on the boat, but there was not a generator when we inherited the boat. I don't know if I'll use any of those wires. There's three copper tubes here. This is the steering, and it works, so we hope to reuse it. The fuel fill hoses were so rotten that water was running down them and getting into the tank, so obviously that needs to be addressed. And the biggest structural issue back here is this beam that runs fore and aft, in which the cross beam is hanging from. Now, cross beam is 12 feet long. The beam that runs fore and aft is totally rotted in two. Therefore, nothing was holding it up, and therefore nothing was holding the long one up, and that's what caused this back area to sag. You see, the water doesn't even drain because it's low. And if you look at this side deck, it really takes a dive. It's down 3/4 of an inch in like 8 inches. So that's a structural issue I'll have to deal with. But for now, I have the drain plugged with some filter fabric so all of this muck doesn't run up front. And this afternoon I will get the pressure washer out and get nasty and pressure wash this thing out. And this coming weekend the youngsters will come and do the heavy cutting. We'll cut these stringers down and get them to shape. And also, by the way, and I don't think the transom's too good, so we're gonna have to cut or remove all this plywood from the transom fiberglass so that I can replace it with new.